Let's do this. Hey everybody, Mike here with The Adventure Continues. And if you are returning to the channel for another video, hey, welcome back. And if you are new to the channel, welcome as well. Just don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. I would really appreciate it. So for today's project, I'm going to put together a device that hopefully might solve my, I wouldn't say problem, but just be a better solution to a common thing that us off-roaders do pretty much every time we go off-road. And the thing that we always seem to do is that we air down. Airing down not only does it cushion the ride, it also gives your tire a bigger footprint for going over those off-road obstacles. It saves the wear and tear on your suspension system by making a softer tire. It's not going to be as jarring of a ride if you were aired up to like street pressures. But the process of doing that, I have found, is very slow and tedious. And I have looked online at other devices to try to speed up the process. And I've bought a few of them before. I have a couple here that I normally use. And one of them are these tire deflators. This right here, you set them up where you set the pressure in them and you screw it onto the tire, and then it's supposed to deflate the tire to that PSI, and you just set it and pretty much forget it. I mean, you let it go for a few minutes and it takes your tire down to that PSI. A lot of guys, a lot of other videos I've watched and everything on YouTube, they run this, they like it, and it's reliable. I have found though that I find these very difficult to set. I don't like the way they, I have set them before and they don't seem to keep that setting. I don't know if it's the brand I bought. These aren't name brand. These are kind of an Amazon special. But one method I do use pretty much every time is just a normal, this is a, you would hook this up, it's on a quick release here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's on a quick release for air compressor hose, but it's just straight through, and this will clip onto your tire. So I use this to air down, and then I use my air compressor, of course, to air back up. Great, it works pretty quick, because I mean it's just a giant hole now that all this air is escaping from. But it's one tire at a time, and even no matter how quick it is, one tire at a time, having to pull it off, go to the next tire, put it on, wait, and then you're kind of guessing as to how long you leave it on. Leave it on too long, you might go to a pressure that you didn't want to be at. Leave it on too short, and you're checking with a tire gauge. You could be pulling off, check, nope, I need more, put it on, pull off, check, nope, need more, pull it on, pull it off, up, too much. So I wanted a device, I wanted to make a device that I can air down multiple tires, at least two, at the same time, and have a reliable way to like watch the tire pressure drop. And I would be able to see both tires be at the same pressure at the same time, and I can see that almost live. And so this is what I came up with. It's going to involve a couple of hoses. I got all of this at Harbor Freight. I've looked online, and there are on Amazon and other online shopping sites where you can buy a multiple tire deflator and inflator, but they cost at least $100 or more, $150, $200. And to me, that's a little out of my price range. So this, the setup I'm going to show you here, came to a little over $80, like between $80 to $85 at my local Harbor Freight. And I'll show you all the parts, and we'll put it together, and we'll test it out and see if this makes it better. Okay, so here are the parts that you're gonna need to put this together. So everything here that says Merlin on it is what I picked up at Harbor Freight. A couple other things I already had. I had my air compressor, I had some tools, and I already had this, but you can also pick this up at your local hardware store. This is that tape that you use to seal pipes, threads. This is that thread tape. So it starts off with a couple of chucks here for the tires. Since I'm only going to be doing 2 tires at a time, you need 2, and these lock on to the tire stem itself. You need a couple of air hoses. I went ahead and picked up the they call it the hybrid air hose, but it is extremely flexible, and it also says that it is ideal for outdoor jobs. So it's a little bit more rugged. The sheath on the outside can go across abrasive things, and you're not going to snag a hole in it that maybe a cheaper hose might introduce. So you need 2 of those. The shortest I could get was 25 feet. I think 25 feet is more than enough distance, but you need 2 of them, one to go to one tire, one to go to the other tire. I like these because they already have the ends are already done up for thread. These are 1/4 inch thread size, and all these other pieces are 1/4 inch as well that will fit onto these, and everything will fit together. I wanted to get something to check the air pressure as it's airing down, so I went in and picked up this. It's a dual head air inflator gauge. We're not going to need this piece right here. This is for inflating, but we do need this threaded end, the hose, and the gauge itself. We're going to need a T, and this is for what the hoses are going to plug into, and then this is going to go to your gauge. You're gonna need some brass couplers. So I picked up one that is a 1/4 inch brass coupler. You're gonna need some quick release. This is a quick release. This was a kit that they already had. It comes with various, I think, 3/4 inch thread sizes that are male, 1 that is female, and then of course the other end that you plug into for the quick release. Quick release on one end, thread on the other side. And then for the inflation part, you're going to have to cannibalize, or I'm going to cannibalize my tire inflator. On the end of it is, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a threaded end that you would thread into the stem. We're going to go ahead and cut this off, and we're going to make it into quick release that then we'll be able to attach it to the whole system and inflate both tires at the same time. It's not going to really speed up the inflation process. In fact, it's going to take twice as long, because now you're inflating 2 tires at the same time. So it'll take twice as long to do. However, you're not going back out over to the tire, unscrew the hose, take it over to the other tire, screw in the hose, and then pump them again. At least you know both tires are going to be exactly the same pressure when you're done, whether you're deflating or inflating. So this is a barbed end that then is a 1/4 inch threaded end that we're going to use to attach it to the quick release system. Certain way that you want to put this on, and you want to put it on not only flat, you don't want it to get twisted up. You want to have it remain flat, but you want it to lay into the threads, and you want to go in a direction, and it only takes a couple of wraps. It's not, you don't have to put a lot on, so just a couple times around. Until it catches and kind of overlaps itself. But you want to go and just, it's super easy just to pull off. But you want to get it on there, and you want it in a direction that when you put your device on and you screw it on, it's pulling the tape tighter, okay? If you put it on the other way and you go to screw this on, it's gonna start bunching it up and kind of pulling the tape off, and you may not get a good seal. Okay, so like so. Okay, got a good end. Set that aside. Let's do the next one. Okay, that seems good. All right. Now, we need both hoses, and both ends are going to go into this brass T. Teflon tape. That's what we're trying to think of. This is Teflon tape. Here's where things are going to get a little weird because these aren't on a swivel. None of this is on a swivel, so I got to kind of turn the whole thing and keep tightening as I go. Okay, and that takes care of the hose parts to a female quick release. So let's go ahead and set this aside and bring in our pressure gauge. Well, here's our pressure gauge valve that we're going to use to deflate the tires. And we're going to need to use this end of it. And on this end, we're going to put a coupler and the male end of the quick release. Word of advice, be careful when you are tightening these things down because this is just brass. Brass is a softer metal, so you don't want to be stripping threads or breaking things off because that's no good. So there you go. So now we have a male quick release on the end of our deal, and let me show you how that's going to go on. So now this piece is going to go into this piece, and now we're ready for air down. Chucks go into the tires, and as soon as you plug them in, you'll start to get a reading on for tire deflation, and you push the valve here in order to open it and let the air out. And when you release, you get a reading again to see how much you aired down. So through the power of editing, it is now the next day. So I figured this might be become a problem when I was putting the hoses together. As I mentioned, we put it together in the T, and I said that I was going to adjust it so both of them lay flat. I realized that was going to become a problem, so instead of being roasted in the comments section, I figured I'd go ahead and change it. And what I ended up doing was I added quick release ends to the T's. So now what you end up having is quick release females on both the hoses. They just threaded right on, and then that can attach to our T intersection, our T hub here. So now, no matter which way it's facing, we can always make the hoses lay flat when they uncurl to go to each tire. Okay, so for this portion of the project, I took my portable air compressor that I use on the trail to air up. This is a common brand that I see a lot of people have, but on the end of it was a threaded piece that would thread onto the valve stem of your tire. So I went ahead and snipped that off, and I've already squeezed onto here a barbed end that goes into the hose here that is then to a 1/4 inch thread. And one of the other steps that you want to put on here, which comes with the kit, again, this is all from Harbor Freight, is a hose clamp. So we're going to do that now. We're going to put this hose clamp onto this hose. All right, there we go. This is already a tight fit, but this will keep it from coming undone. I may snip off this extra little bit, bend it down like so. I'll decide on that later, but for right now, this is fine. So what's going to go on the end of this now is this piece right here. This is 1/4 inch thread to a male quick release. That is going to then go into our T intersection, which I'll show you once it's complete. And we'll put some Teflon tape here in the threads to seal it. Okay, and there we go. Now it's attached. So now let's go ahead and put the whole thing together. So now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the tire inflator and deflator and show you how it works. So right now I have ran both of these lines to each tire, one to the front passenger and one to the front driver. And even though they're hooked up, it just charges the line with air. It doesn't come out of here. So we're going to put this one on, and put this one on, clip them in, and because this is airtight, air is not going to come out of this until we stick this on. Okay. Okay, so now I get to see a reading as to what my tire pressure is, and from there we go ahead and air down to whatever our desired PSI is. It's just coming out of the back of this, and as it gets lower and lower, the needle will change. Like so. And then when you're done, just unclip everything, and you're good to go. So let me show you airing up. Okay, so airing up is going to be the same thing, attaching the hoses to the tires that you want to inflate. Again, coming to the hub, but now instead of hooking up this piece for deflating, we're going to hook up this piece off of our air compressor to the quick release in order to air up. So same thing. And again, on my air compressor, I have a needle to tell me what the pressure is. And we just turn her on. And so now both tires are going to be set to the same pressure because of this piece right here. Because the air is going to flow, equalize the pressure between both tires through this. So that's it. Okay, so there you have it. Hey, I hope you found this entertaining. I hope you enjoyed seeing me put this together. I had a good time putting it together. And I hope you might decide that you want to do something like this. That's great. If you made a modification or did something different, hey, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you did. And until next time, thank you so much and take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.